Any highlights for, let's say, in particular, an angry black person? When they hear the word verwoed, they get angry. The architect of apartheid, etc. As your grandfather, to be like, look, you can feel however you want, but these are some of the things that I think people should know about him.
Yeah, you can't change history, but you can try and understand it.
Yeah.
And if you understand it, it helps.
Yeah.
If you understand where it comes from, what was the ways of thinking, I think anybody can accept that the era of not only Verwoerd but also Strydom and Malan, the whole Nationalist Party government, was low on reciprocity.
What's reciprocity? That's a big word.
The idea of recognition going both ways.
Okay, listening to other sides.
Exactly.
Okay.
Recognition can never be just me claiming recognition from you but giving you nothing.
Yeah.
That's not it. It's a reciprocal relationship.
Yeah.
And I think that might have been the lack of that era, a lack of reciprocity, a lack of recognition.
Yeah.
Whilst exactly that is what is needed. The two-way process of recognizing each other in politics, in society, in culture, in economics.
Sure.
Obviously, there's a kind of Marxist analysis of this society that we had, in which the material resources were so skewly
allocated.
That it wasn't sustainable as well.
Sure.
So there's a lot wrong in history, but there's a lot wrong in the present as well.
Correct.
So in that sense, I think it needs to be remembered that people had their own challenges then. The poor white problem of that time was called the poor white problem. It was the Afrikaners urbanizing at a huge scale, living in squatter camps in Vrededorp and places like that around Johannesburg, working in the mines, being stereotyped by the English population as not really material for higher education, etc. They should. There should only be, and there was for quite some time, only one academic Afrikaans high school in Johannesburg. Help Mekaar, which my mother, amongst other, attended.
Help Mekaar College.
Help Mekaar,
brilliant
became
school.
A college now.
Yeah.
And the argument was, they are the exceptional Afrikaners who are able to learn well, but most of them are just hand workers. They don't need much education. So those were the challenges which was met, and which was met successfully.
Correct.
It's a tragedy that the same thing, in a sense, repeated itself.
Sure.
From those very same people to
they copied the model that they had been subjected to.
Yeah.
Do you find the same thing happens with the ANC government now, where they're kind of copying old models, and that's why we still have high income inequality?
It seems like that. Yeah.
They've become rich, people have become poorer, and you're like, but you guys are copying the same model that doesn't seem to be sustainable.
In that sense, one should respect the Afrikaner nationalists for what you could call a broad-based empowerment.
Yeah,
it was a broad-based empowerment.
Sure.
The number of poor Afrikaners in the 1970s was very small.
Yeah.
They really addressed that poverty situation of the 1930s over 3 or 4 decades after that.
Sure.
Very effectively, very broadly, much broader than any black economic empowerment has succeeded until now.
Sadly. And built a lot of really great Afrikaans schools.
Yeah, they did, which is the key.
Yeah.
In fact, in the first place, it was a cultural project.
Yeah.
Starting to formalize Afrikaans as a language. I've got on one of these shelves a number of dictionaries.
Yeah.
A building dictionary, a medical dictionary, a computer science dictionary. A lot of technical terms that was created so that you bring this new world of technology, of the city, into not only the mind, but also into the heart of people through their mother tongue.
It's been one of the failures, I think, of the government to not be able to do that, because I envy how, I've spoken about this a few years ago, an Afrikaans child can start school from preschool, grade 1, all the way to grade 12, go into tertiary, only speaking and studying in Afrikaans, and then go into an economy that is only Afrikaans based. You can only do that with English and Afrikaans in this country.
Yeah.